Hi, I'm Sherry, and I'm with Michelson Associates, and I am going to talk a little bit about something that is asked of me pretty often in the course of our work and in the course of the work that we have with the various universities and so on, where people say, okay, I have to estimate. How do I go about doing that? There are really three different groups that are impacted by estimating. One is a group of people who are instructional designers with project management as part of their function, and they have to estimate how long their team is going to take, how much it's going to cost in resources to build a good learning project. The other group is the client, the internal client, whether it's in another business unit or the external client. If you're a consultant, you need to know how to estimate your efforts. And the third group that's impacted but probably knows less is the group that simply handed the work to them. And they don't typically have to do an estimate of how long it's going to take them to do something, although I don't know. I'd like to be in that bubble someday. But in point of fact, those folks probably need this information more than anyone because they are grouped in a group that are impacted by estimation but are not responsible for it. And they need to know their role and their development times as they go forward because their role may change. The responsibility may shift. And because of that, they need to know what basically the rules of thumb are. And there are rules of thumb. First of all, what is the content? Is the content informational primarily? Well, that's a little easier to develop and will take less time. And you need to know what that might be. The content effects could be more technical, and because it's more technical, it may take more cognitive effort to bring it down to a neophyte level to make the training understandable. So it takes more time to develop more technical content. You also need to know what the seat time is going to be. You need to know how long the learner is going to be sitting down and taking either e-learning or live instruction or virtual led instruction, whatever it is. How long are they going to be devoting to this particular course? You also need to know some aspect of how your stakeholders and SMEs are going to be able to be involved in the project. If you have highly cooperative SMEs and they are able to just get information to you and content to you, quickly, that's great. That helps in your development. If you know ahead of time that the SMEs are going to be bogged down, like a lot of SMEs are, because they are the most important people in the company. And maybe the stakeholders may, cause something of a disruption. If you know that there are going to be lots of executives who want to be involved in the project and have their own viewpoint and perspective, that may take more of your design and development time. So these folks impact how much, and you need to be able to estimate what you think that will take. And we do that all the time. You need to know what your development time is. You need to know how long it will take you to do the analysis on a small, middle-sized, large project. You need to know how long it takes you to develop in certain tools. You need to know what tools are going to be involved and whether or not you have enough expertise to get something done quickly or slowly or in a medium fashion. And if you've got a team that has components of all this, you need to know what their speed is. You need to get experience with them to understand how long it will take them to knock something out. I know that there are people that can get 4 hours of training out in 2 hours. I can also tell you that that's probably not very good training. And the reason is, depending on the training, the reason is that there couldn't have been the kind of cognitive thought in making sure people are actually learning in order to get that training out that quickly. It couldn't have been. So let's just put that right out there. You need to know what your past project history is. We take copious records, and we do that a lot automatically. So you need the software to be able to do that. And what we do is we track every single project. So we have a good broad idea of what kind of projects we've been handling for the last 23 years. And we know how long it took to develop it, with both animations, media development, instructional design, analysis, all of it. So you need to keep historical records, and that's really important. You also need to know how to manage the workflow. The importance of managing that workflow cannot be overstated. If I get, for instance, I get everything working smoothly on a project and it's not interrupted constantly because the SMEs aren't getting us our content or whatever, then I know that project will go smoothly, quickly, fast, and it won't take as much money to build it. It's really as simple as that. So again, it's the workflow management that takes a great, and that takes collaboration. That takes collaboration between you as the project manager or the person in charge of the project, whatever that person might be. And it takes your SMEs wanting to get that through and get it done, and realizing their part, their role affects how that happens. So I hope I've been kind of clear on how estimating works. And we do a lot of it, and that's how we get to our numbers. So if you need to know more, there are specific numbers out there, both by the Chapman Alliance and by Carl Kapp, for any kind of training that you're trying to build. And I highly recommend that you go there. And if you have any questions at all, we have information in the free resources, and you can always email me at smichaels@mna.com, mnalearning.com. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.